I know what it's like to be crushed by grief, and with music and my soul angels, I go from survivor to soul thriver. Hello, my dear fellow survivor. I'm so honored you're here with me today, because today I answer a question that so many survivors have before joining our Music Can Heal Me coaching journey. It's a question I had myself for many years. This question is, if all I know at this point is surviving, then how am I supposed to heal? Rightfully so, and the answer lies in using music to our advantage, along with our soul angels. Let me explain. If you're not familiar with the term, soul angel is the infinite soul of your loved one who has transitioned from physical matter to spiritual energy. So, with my two soul angels, I realized that music actually helps me create a bridge that brings me to their frequency. So when I was in the depths of despair and depression and anxiety and stress and sadness, I realized that without music, I wasn't getting into action. I wasn't changing anything. I was just stagnating. I was just getting worse and worse and worse. Until I realized that I need to use music as a prompt to take certain actions. For example, the reason why I started waking up earlier instead of sleeping all day is because I chose the perfect songs that would actually get me to take action and wake up earlier. The reason why I would shower more often instead of wait a whole week is because I chose the right songs to shower to, right? Both before doing the action and during the action, right? So it gets us fired up. And it actually produces feel-good hormones such as dopamine and other ones that actually make us feel good. And I realize the more I do this, the more I can actually design my life around music. So, for example, I went through many, many years in university, and being a survivor, I was constantly procrastinating. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to get done until, again, I used music to my advantage to not only get me to take action, but to keep taking action. So music can be used as a prompt, right, for you to start taking action more often. But music can also be used during the action. For example, I stopped exercising for the longest time when I became a survivor because I just had no energy, had no motivation, just wanted to stay home and do nothing. So how did I lower friction for myself? Well, I started putting on some songs that fired me up on a playlist until I felt ready to go out there and start exercising again. And then I kept going, and it became reinforced, and it became more rewarding. And I kept adding songs, and as I kept adding songs, I kept making more progress, right? So that's why I say that co-creating your healing bridge between you and your soul angel or angels through music is actually what helps you to start taking action more often, to go from stagnation to getting stuff done. Maybe not thriving yet, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. It's just starting to get stuff done bit by bit and building that momentum that makes you feel like you're no longer just surviving. Right? So my dear fellow survivors, I say this with all my heart. Start today. If you're not using music to your advantage to stop surviving and start soul thriving, then just sit down and build some playlists around certain actions that you'd like to take. Right? Whether it's focusing better, whether it's exercising more, whether it's just like I said, waking up earlier, taking a shower, it could be anything. It doesn't require you getting out there right away. Just start creating with your soul angel or angels. And you'll see that once you have the playlists that are designed to help you take action, action becomes this much easier. Once you start taking action just once, it becomes this much easier. Once you start keep taking action, then it becomes this much easier. So my dear fellow survivor, I say this with all my heart. Start using music to your advantage. And please take good care of yourself. And of course, May you be filled with music and heal.